Welcome to Money Daily.
The solid-state battery hype hitting a wall. That next-gen miracle battery everyone's been talking about for years. When is it actually going to make it into real cars? Recently, a major piece of news came out of China, and honestly, once you hear it, you might just shake your head. This comes from a JP Morgan report, so it's a pretty credible source. China's Ministry of Industry and Information Technology invested 6 billion RMB into a national solid-state battery program, selecting 6 major players: CATL, BYD, FAW, SAIC, Qingdao, Geely Holding, and WeLion New Energy. They recently conducted random sampling tests on battery cells designed for vehicle installation around 2027. These weren't small lab cells. They were 60 amp-hour large format cells, and the testing standards were extremely strict. The targets were clear: an energy density of 400 watt-hours per kilogram, a volumetric density of 1,000 watt-hours per liter. On the safety side, the batteries had to survive 200 degrees Celsius thermal chamber tests, maintain at least 80% capacity after 1,000 cycles, and operate under external pressures between 10 and 20 megapascals. So what happened? Every single sample failed, especially those using the sulfide solid-state route. Companies like CATL and BYD technically hit the energy density targets, but completely fell short on safety. Under high temperatures or cycling, thermal runaway occurred. As for polymer-based solid-state batteries, the pressure requirements were even worse, making real-world vehicle integration basically unrealistic. The report states it very bluntly: some samples may not even pass basic safety thresholds, which puts commercialization even further out of reach. This really highlights the reality behind solid-state batteries. They've been hyped for years. Higher energy density, better safety, resistance to extreme temperatures, the ultimate game changer. But the real world has been far more unforgiving. Even by 2025, the industry is still stuck on the same core challenges: unstable interfaces, manufacturing processes that don't scale, and extremely high costs. In the US, solid-state startup QuantumScape only began shipping B-sample cells to customers this year for validation. Their goal is higher volume production, but large-scale commercialization is still a long way off.
China has been aggressive, pouring money into pilot lines and standardization, but this failed test exposed some very hard truths: safety issues and pressure constraints that simply can't be ignored. That said, the report does point out that CATL remains the most reliable and technically advanced player domestically. So what about semi-solid-state batteries? Many people argue they're more of a marketing concept than a real breakthrough. And according to true solid-state experts, fully solid-state batteries may only see limited vehicle deployment after 2030. As for full commercialization, that's even further down the road. Now here's the part Tesla fans might actually like. Elon Musk has never chased the solid-state hype. Instead, Tesla has been doubling down on the 4680 battery architecture and dry electrode technology. Yes, that path comes with its own challenges, but the goal is clear: lower costs, higher production volumes, and steady incremental progress. With competitors in China hitting roadblocks, it's unlikely they'll catch up in the short term. That means Tesla's LFP and ternary lithium battery strategies can continue to benefit for several more years. Of course, Tesla can't afford to get complacent. If solid-state batteries suddenly achieve a real breakthrough, doubling energy density and enabling much faster charging, Tesla will need a mature 4680 platform ready to respond. But for now, the industry consensus remains unchanged. There's still far more room to optimize liquid-state batteries. High-nickel chemistries combined with silicon-carbon anodes can already push close to 400 watt-hours per kilogram, so there's no need to go all in on solid-state just yet. What do you think? Is solid-state truly the future, or just another cycle of hype? Will China's failed testing finally cool things down a bit? Either way, I believe the EV journey is still a long one. There's no need to rush and bet everything on one path. Step by step, because in the end, whoever laughs last is the real winner.
Part 3. China's EV price war may finally be cooling down. China's electric vehicle price war has gone on for years and gotten extremely aggressive. And now, the government has finally decided to step in. On December 12th, China's State Administration for Market Regulation released a draft regulation called the Guidelines on Price Conduct Compliance in the Automotive Industry, open for public consultation until December 22nd. The core message is simple. Automakers are no longer allowed to sell cars below cost in order to squeeze out competitors or dominate the market. The draft also bans price collusion, fake discounts, misleading pricing, and chaotic price labeling. Sounds pretty strict, right? The reality is, this price war has been raging for several years. Chinese EVs have become incredibly cheap, while quality has clearly improved. Global EV sales this year are expected to exceed 21 million units, with a market penetration rate of around 25%. Consumers worldwide love affordable, high-value cars, but massive overcapacity has crushed automaker profits. Margins have been squeezed down to just 3% to 4%, and smaller brands are collapsing one after another. Bloomberg has reported that this draft regulation is aimed directly at this kind of extreme internal competition. The concern is that deflationary pressure could worsen and spill over into exports, especially as cheap Chinese cars flood global markets. That's why Europe, the US, and Mexico are all raising tariffs. That said, honestly, this regulation probably came a bit late. What's interesting is that major players like BYD and XPeng have publicly supported the move, saying they'll strengthen compliance and avoid unfair competition. That sounds very cooperative, but think about it. These companies already have scale and cost advantages. Once regulation tightens, smaller players will struggle even more. The market will likely consolidate into the hands of a few dominant winners. So this policy may also be a diplomatic move, an attempt to reassure the EU and possibly negotiate down tariffs that go as high as 100%, allowing more Chinese cars to enter Europe. I think there are 3 key layers to unpack here. First, in the short term, the price war won't stop immediately. Automakers are smart. If they can't cut prices directly, they'll add features instead. Longer range, maybe 20% more. Faster charging, ventilated seats, advanced driver assistance included for free. All of that still strongly attracts consumers, so regulation can't fully block competitive innovation. Second, in the long run, this could be a hidden risk for China's EV industry. More rules mean higher costs and greater complexity. Eventually, excessive regulation can slow down momentum. Look at Germany or the US. Heavy regulation often leads to slower innovation. China's rapid rise came from fierce, free market competition. If the government's hand reaches too far, will the market end up tied down and less aggressive? Third, and from a Tesla fan's perspective, this almost feels like a gift falling from the sky. Chinese automakers face tighter regulation, rising costs, and shrinking price advantages. That gives Tesla room to breathe and catch up, especially in China and globally. Elon Musk has always said competition is good, but government intervention like this could create a major opportunity for Tesla. Overcapacity hasn't gone away. Export pressure is still rising. China once hoped to conquer global markets through ultra-low prices. Now, that path is clearly getting harder. So what do you think? Will this regulation actually stop the price war, or will it just stay at the surface level? Could it dull China's competitive edge and allow Tesla to overtake them? I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below. Thanks for spending your valuable time watching this video. Feel free to share your views in the comments. If you want deeper insights into these topics, please like the video and subscribe. This is Money Daily, and follow me for more timely and accurate analysis.